Hey everybody, and welcome to day 24 of our walk through the Gospel of Mark together. If you are a math person, you realize that day 24 marks the point at which we're more than halfway through our walk together toward Easter. So we're now closer to the cross than we are to the stable. We're not quite halfway through the book of Mark, but we're over halfway through on our devotionals. And so if you've been with us the whole time and you've been doing it, you should celebrate, have an extra cinnamon roll or donut or whatever you do and this morning. But we're going to be in chapter 7, verses 24 through 37. And I love this story. It actually goes really well with the previous story in chapter 7, where we saw this behavior. If you saw yesterday's video, this behavior that we would kind of characterize as un-Jesus-like. Like he wasn't being super nice, super meek Jesus that we like on the cover of our children's Bible, right? And so in this one, he is up in an area called Tyre and Sidon. It's not in Israel, it's a Gentile area. And there's a Gentile woman who has asked him, hey, my daughter has a demon, has an unclean spirit. Could you deliver my daughter? And the thing that we would expect Jesus to do in that moment is, of course, immediately and accomplish the miracle. But that's not what Jesus does, surprisingly. And I'm sure it's because it was a teachable point for us. It says, she begged him to cast out the demon from her daughter. Since she was a Gentile born in Syrian Phoenicia, verse 27, Jesus told her, first I should feed the children, my own family, the Jews. It isn't right to take food from the children and throw it to the dogs. And if you've ever been someone where you were praying for something or you're pressing into God for something, for a healing or an answer to prayer, and you felt like God wasn't listening, or maybe he was saying wait, or maybe he had said no, maybe that's what you were feeling, maybe this is how you feel. You feel like Jesus is pushing back on you and saying, you're not part of the mission right now. And it's really interesting how she replies. She says, that's true, Lord, but even the dogs under the table are allowed to eat the scraps from the children's plates. And it shows persistence, it shows her faith, and it shows that she has a trust in his heart. Like there's many times when we can't see Jesus' hand, but we can always trust his heart. We know that it is good for us. We know that he wants the best for us. We know that he has power to do what he says he'll do. And we know that he will work all things together for the good of those who love him, who are called according to his purpose. And so there may be something in your life where you're waiting and you feel like you're just asking and asking and asking, or maybe you feel like God has said no. When you're doubting God's heart, just like go back to the word and say, you know what, I know even when I can't see him moving, I can trust him. And then be persistent in your prayers. And my prayer would be like here at the end, I love this, Jesus heals a deaf man, and the crowd exclaims, it says, they were completely amazed and said again and again, everything Jesus does is wonderful. My prayer is that would be your experience with Jesus as we walk toward Easter, that you would just over and over again experience the goodness of God. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. God bless.